The establishment of the new European competition, the Europa Conference League, is not a new announcement. Back to December last year, the Executive Committee of UEFA already approved the new European competition starting from 2021. So please note that it is starting from 2021 but not 2024, because if you look into the news about the European competition reform, reports suggest that the pressure group like European leagues and also UEFA were looking into the possibility of establishing a new competition system starting from 2024, because in this way they have more time to design a complete overhaul of the all European football club competitions. By putting the timeline much earlier than we expected, it is certainly a political and financial decision made by UEFA in order to maximize its gains across the European countries. Well, they would justify the decision to be so-called, it benefits to all the countries across Europe. But indeed, if you look into the matter in details, the ultimate benefactor belongs to the elite clubs and UEFA themselves. Back to the Europa Conference League itself, it is really a byproduct of the Reformation of Europa League, because not only the UEFA established the new competition for the current competition like Europa League and Champions League, UEFA has suggested some UEFA and European Club Association have proposed a set of new measures to those two competitions. Some of them were opposed by other 54 countries, and some of them were adopted. So basic change in the UEFA Europa League is that the teams will be trimmed off to 32 teams in the group stage, and there will be a playoff match in the last 16th. The teams who are third in the European Champions League group stage will be playing against the clubs who are second in the Europa League group stage. So how about the lesser known and the very small scale club that were usually invited to participate in the early stages of the Europa League? It all relates to the UEFA country coefficient ranking. Only the first 15 ranked countries could be allowed to participate in European Champions League and also the Europa League for both qualifying rounds and group stage. How about the teams ranked 16th or above? Well, the UEFA could only say, well, we are sorry, but those countries, the football clubs from those countries could only participate in the new competition, the Europa Conference League, the so-called Europa League 2. That means it is already a third-tier European competition. So if you look into the ranking, in the foreseeable future, we could continue to see the teams and the clubs from Russia, Portugal, Belgium, Ukraine, Turkey, and even Austria, Greece, Croatia, Czech Republic, and Netherlands to appear in the top 2 European championships. But not for the teams from Denmark, like FC Copenhagen, Switzerland, like Basel, and Cyprus and Serbia, like Resta Belgrade, and Scotland, like Celtic and Rangers, and the other secondary teams from Eastern Europe. They could not participate in the Champions League and also Europa League. The Europa Conference League would be the only international stage for them to show that they are somehow still competitive. But the question is a fair competition? But the question is this a fair competition? It is a competition that limit to lower ranked countries? Well, the answer is obvious. If you look into the qualification berth, nations with a high ranking could also go into these new competitions. For example, the domestic league 5th place or 4th place team could go into the second and the third qualifying round, and the domestic cup winner, like the English Cup League Cup winner, could go into this competition. Adding to these complicated allocations, the defeated teams from the Champions League preliminary and first qualifying rounds will go into the second qualifying rounds of Europa Conference League. Those teams will belong to the first 15 ranked countries, and the losers from the European League qualifying rounds will also go into the playoff rounds of the Conference League. It is very important to note that the losers from the European League playoff round share a major part in the Conference League group stage. That means 10 out of 32 teams in the Conference League are made up of teams coming from Europa League. And the remaining spots, I mean the other 22 teams, are not essentially coming from the lower ranking countries, because I just said that teams from the domestic league 5th place or 4th place of the high ranking countries, and those football clubs coming from the preliminary and first qualifying rounds could also be the group stage player. So it is necessary for the teams from Azerbaijan, Israel, Kazakhstan, Slovakia, Romania to be featured in the group stage and even knockout stage. In this perspective, I really doubt what UEFA uphold to the new competition. They said it will promote the level of inclusion from different countries. Smaller nation teams will have a better chance of reaching European football, will receive more competitive European football competition, and also the prize money that the small teams always want to get. But the main thing is, if you do not allow the lower ranking country to participate in Europa League, not to mention Champions League, but at least Europa League, how could the inclusion policy be executed perfectly? In contrast, you allow the higher ranking countries to participate also in the Conference League by sending the lower place team and also the domestic league cup winners into the competition. It seems to me that this competition is still occupied by the upper class football team. The so-called upper class referred to the high-ranking countries. So could I draw a very short conclusion that UEFA and European Cup Association just want to promote elitism rather than the fairness and inclusion that they uphold? In long term, it could be very damaging to the teams across European countries. It is kind of country discrimination. I think eventually the team coming from lower ranking countries and also the team from Eastern Europe will oppose. If only fewer teams from those countries to go into the knockout stages and even group stage. Well, and let me remind all of you that teams from Denmark, Serbia, Scotland, and Switzerland have the quality to participate even in Champions League. When you see how they perform in the group stage like FC Copenhagen, Basel, and even Resta Belgrade, those so-called lower-ranking teams could be somehow a giant killers. They usually caught a number of surprises in their home match, in their home soil. So let's forgive me. I really could not understand that why UEFA opposed those teams in the international stage and also curb their opportunity to participate at least in the Europa League and even in the Champions League. So I would like all of you to know that the ultimate culprit to degenerating the European football standard are UEFA and European Club Association. Well, this is not a false accusation, and we will talk about it more in the next episode. 嗱，少少中文嘅補充，咁因為今集係講歐以聯係呢個非常新嘅 terms 啊，即係新嘅第3級歐洲聯賽嘅比賽。頭先咧我就略略將個賽制啊，同埋當中嘅利害關係咧，就講咗俾大家聽啦，用英文。咁其實就呢個賽事，即係如果連結埋，即係我哋睇嘢咧，就睇遠端少少嘅。即係因為當初咧，佢哋個改革咧就唔係代表，不單止係呢樣嘢，會去到埋歐冠咧都會想改革咁啊。但係呢樣改革咧，最終就反對。咁我係下集咧都會略略講下。咁呢樣嘢，如果你成件事睇嘅話咧，就非常之覺得咧呢樣嘢，第一非常之多餘，第二係非常之唔公平。有幾咁唔公平咧？頭先我英文講咗啦。咁其實成件事就不單止冇對其他較為低排名嘅國家佢哋個球隊會有正面嘅影響啦，即係令到佢哋會進步啦。呢樣嘢我覺得喺呢個咁嘅賽制入邊咧係未必做到嘅。第二咧就喺個經濟效益上邊咧，其實都唔會高。喂，大佬，你係擺喺呢樣賽事同一日同歐霸進行，雖然個時間早啲，喂，但係歐霸已經唔係好多人睇啦。你再擺呢個再低級別嘅賽事，究竟個收入啊、電視轉播等等係咪都真係會咁多呢？我係幾懷疑。喂，大佬，而家呢，雖然係好多人都好餓波，或者係經常話冇賽事睇會死，甚至乎因為有賭博嘅問題啦，咁啊一定會有捧場客嘅。但係長此落去，越嚟越多啲質素唔好高嘅賽事出嚟呢，咁係咪真係好事呢？係咪真係好似司法連所講，哇！真係越多賽事呢，就個接納度就或者個所講嘅融合性就可以做到出嚟呢？咁未免太過天真咯。其實佢就一個好好嘅包裝，只不過呢，佢就想多啲賽事就令到自己歐洲足協多啲收入啫嘛，或者自己個權力嗰度呢，就係鞏固，因為叫做照顧咗你其他唔同組別或者係排名嘅國家啦等等，其實就一個糖衣毒藥嚟嘅。咁所以咧呢個咁嘅歐洲足協同埋所謂嘅民間團體，其實都係合作伙伴㗎啦。係睇到係歐洲球會協會咧，我下集就要繼續聲討佢，因為咧呢兩個團體咧就非常之反足球。如果咧我又會有第3集會講埋咧 Nations League 嘅所謂嘅改革係直頭係荒謬之極啊！咁我係下集再講。